Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speeder, and today we're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite hero combos in 7.30B. I guess technically it's 7.30B. 7.30 in general. Basically, we've been watching the tournament going on as of late. I'm sure all of you guys have been tuning in, just like I have, watching all of the Noob from UA replays, as per usual. And so yeah, I've kind of just compiled a list of what I think are the most broken hero combos. These are hero combos you can pick in solo queue if you just happen to see one of them first picked, or they're combos you can synergize with teammates and friends to essentially stomp pubs for free. But nonetheless, without further ado, let's hop right into it and get into our first hero combo that's absolutely insane. By the way guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. And lastly, but also importantly, there's currently a 50% off sale going on for gameleap right now. And yeah, hope to see you guys there. Click the link, top of the description. It will automatically apply the code SUMMER for you. If it doesn't, the code is SUMMER. But yeah, I'll see you guys there. And let's get into the video. Our first hero combo that's broken is Clinkz Coddle. Now, Clinkz Coddle, I mean, honestly, Clinkz in general was the #1 hero I was surprised about in this patch. The #1 item I was surprised about was Helm of the Overlord. #1 hero was Clinkz. I loaded in Clinkz into a demo lobby and like tried out this Q, and I was convinced it was garbage. But the thing is, you don't really only do damage with the Q. It's more of a farming tool, and then you kind of just like do damage over time with autos and the Q. And so I kind of looked at the hero wrong. Apparently, it's really good at farming, it's really good at taking stacks, and it's extremely tanky. It's one of those heroes right now that kind of just feels like it can do everything. It's just a really good mid laner. It's a decent safe laner. It can literally be played as an off laner. I'm not kidding, it's fine as an off laner as well. And so what should you pick it with? What's the hero combo? Well, I really like it with Coddle. I like it with Coddle in lane because Coddle gives you the ability to secure range creeps very consistently. Clinkz Q, while it does give you a ranged ability, is, you know, it's inconsistent for securing range creeps. The damage you get at level 1 is not too great, and so you will get denied with the Q. And so instead, you have this Coddle blasting in the wave, giving Clinkz mana, which Clinkz has quite a bit of mana problems. And most importantly, Coddle is maybe the best stacking support in Dota. I know, comment section, I hear you, okay? It's Shadow Demon because he can do some shit with the poison, I know! Okay, I'm just saying, you can stack with Coddle, and Coddle's an extremely good hero right now against the Zoo meta and right-clicker carry meta, which, you know, is often the meta. But, okay, you get the point. It's a good combo in the lane and in the game. So basically, the concept here is you stack, okay? You stack, Clinkz is gonna clear the stacks. While Clinkz is jungling and taking stacks, Coddle can shove the wave. You both get a poop ton of farm. You're actually extremely good in lane. Clinkz is a very good harassing hero in lane. Coddle's a really good harassing hero in lane. All you need to make sure is that your teammates are initiators that don't necessarily need to farm that much, because Coddle and Clinkz will be taking up a lot of the farm. And lastly, I would like to say that this combo is nice because Chakra Magic with Clinkz is really freaking good. It's really good, right? His Burning Barrage, if you can reduce the cooldown in a teamfight, you can just poke at people from really far away and largely get kills without committing anything at all. And if you buy Clinkz's Shard, which makes you spawn skeletons when you come out of Invis, basically you can summon a ton more skeletons by using Chakra Magic and the Invis. Coming in at #2 on the list is what I think most people would argue is the most consistent or potentially even broken combo of the patch, and that is Sven Omniknight. Sven Omniknight is pretty self-explanatory, at least I think it is. You basically give Sven, one of the fastest farmers in the game who received plenty of buffs this patch, you give Sven Heavenly Grace and he auto-attacks people. I wish I could make it much more complicated than that, but really it's not. It's just not. Like, Sven needs to be sustained in the lane, Omniknight does that. Sven gets kited mid-game, Omniknight stops that. Really, I would love to talk more about this combo, but there's nothing to okay, here we go. Heavenly Grace gives some strength, right? Believe it or not, when you give strength to a strength hero, it makes them auto-attack for more damage. Can you guys believe it? Incredible stuff, really. This is some next level tech people came up with. Just kidding, this has been a thing for a while. Both heroes just happen to be good in the meta right now, especially Seven. Coming in at number 3 is one that's a little bit weird. It's a Tundra combo, at least I saw Tundra play it. And they ran Batrider and Abaddon. Now, it wasn't specifically a lane, okay? This is why this video is hero combos, not necessarily lane combos. Even Clinkz Coddle can be, you know, Clinkz can be the mid, Coddle can be the 5. It doesn't have to be a lane. And Batrider Abaddon is probably not going to be a lane. It's not a terrible lane. It's okay. Right? It's alright. But it's more of just like synergy. I think you could also argue for like Omni Batrider, but the thing is, Batrider like really needs to play very consistent and is constantly just getting like kited and kited and kited and wants to keep going and going and going. And Heavenly Grace, like while it sort of can provide that, sometimes has this like cooldown period where you can get caught out. Aphotic Shield doesn't really have that as much. And so essentially Batrider is this hero that does like a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, if you guys have been paying attention to Dota at all, Batrider with his sticky napalm buffs, which were quite significant, and his level 15 talent, sticky napalm damage plus 5, and his shard, when you get these timings, you hit 15 plus shard around like the 20-ish minute mark, 22, it's stupid how much damage you do. And honestly, like, most heroes just can't fight a mid Batrider in the game right now. I generally think Batrider is best as a mid. You go bots and you just gank the side lanes and you just rinse, repeat. And the nice thing about Abaddon is he complements Batrider's, you know, desire to just go in melee range. It's like a Leshrac, right? Batrider and Leshrac are very similar. They're these ranged, high DPS cores that eventually buy defensive items, but in the early game tend to buy movement speed or something of the sort, and therefore having a +1 that protects them is extremely valuable. And I just happen to think Batrider is quite broken right now. I also think Abaddon is in a really nice spot, including the fact that his cast point on his shield was buffed, which was pretty cool. Next up, I want to say my favorite combo on the list is this one, and that's Faceless Void and Seer. I love Seer. You guys have been watching my stream, you know I love Seer. It's just really nice. The Ags is incredibly good with these high tempo, high mobility melee heroes that don't die easily. And to me, Void is almost the epitome of that. A hero that has very high mobility, kind of low damage, and is tanky, right? Because these are the heroes that best enable Ion Shell. Now, why do I like Void Seer? Well, I kind of just mentioned a lot of the parts of it, but Void is a very, which I also just mentioned, a low damage carry. This is a hero that naturally struggles to kill people in the early game. Yes, when you get in the late game and you have 5 to 6 items, that's not necessarily a problem anymore, but when you only have a Maelstrom and a Sanjin Yasha or something of the likes, you don't really do that much damage. However, you pair this with a Seer Ion Shell, and all of a sudden, Faceless Void can kind of just pump damage by staying alive, which is sort of what he does best. Time Walk is Time Walk, and Chrono is Chrono. Time Dilation is Time Dilation. Every single one of his spells buys time, right? They buy a lot of time and they keep you alive, and that's what Seer loves. He likes these long, drawn-out fights that enable the DPS, the consistent DPS of Ion Shell. And by the way, the Ags is really nice with Void. Void lost a couple of his HP talents in the recent patch, and therefore having the Ags from Seer's Ion Shell giving you 325 HP is actually a really nice buff to Void in teamfights that prevents him from getting bursted, which is the counter to Faceless Void. And last but not least, being able to vacuum people into Chrono, it's just really easy and effective. Like, it's one of those things that just works. You can take the vacuum AoE talent at level 15, which I'm a big proponent of, and it does a lot. Like, it's just easy. Really, it's extremely easy to vacuum people into Chrono and put people together in Chrono for Ion Shells, and it's a nutty combo. It's really good. And so yeah, I think like if there's any combo I recommend, it's this one. I will say a couple things about this combo that I recommend is when you pick Void Seer, understand that your control is on very long cooldowns. So supports with lower cooldowns or just like heroes with lower cooldowns as your mid laner is really nice. For instance, having like an Ember Spirit or a Void Spirit that can set up kills in the mid game, not around an 100 and something second cooldown, are really nice, right? So these high tempo mids such as the Tinies and the Void Spirits, the Embers are really good in regard, Storm. Your supports can kind of provide that as well, like maybe like a CM or I was going to say Bane, but not really Bane. But yeah, your CMs, your Banes, your Spear Breakers, these type of supports, these lower cooldown disable heroes, some sort of disable that can set up for kills are really nice because these other two heroes just don't have that. And finally, last but not least, is another combo we saw from LGD, a team I really enjoy watching just because of the, kind of variety in their picks. They pick really cool stuff and almost seem like they are inventing the meta, largely reminding me of TI6 Wings Dota 2, which was really fantastic to watch. It was always cool when they would just pick like so much weird stuff, like like really weird stuff, like when Pudge was like the Kunkka counter or the Void counter. It was really cool. But okay, what LGD picked here was Venge plus Shaker, and I really like this combo. I think Shaker could be replaced with quite a few heroes. I actually think I talked about in a recent video, or I talked about it with my friends, I don't remember, but I really think Venge Dawnbreaker is a really good lane. It's just a good lane. Now, Venge Shaker is probably better team fight, you know, just in general, and Shaker can also Fisher block for Venge and just give her solo XP. The thing is, like, I don't really think you want to play Venge that way. I don't think you want to look at Venge as some, like, I got XP and therefore my lane's good enough, right? Like, that's not good, because Venge offlane really needs her ags. She needs items. She needs items. Levels are great, but she more so needs items, which sounds kind of weird on Venge. It's like, isn't this hero more of a support? Yeah, but no, right? Yeah, but no. As a core, it just needs an axe. That's all Venge needs. And therefore, if you pick it with a Shaker, a hero that's laning stage is not useless, but not great, she's gonna feed. So instead, you pick it with the Dawnbreaker, a hero that inherently wins early game trades, especially at level 2, which, by the way, Venge is really good at level 2. You can win the lane then, right? You can actually contest the creep waves, you can go for kills, and as I was saying, Dawnbreaker, level 2, nutty, right? Really good. Maybe the best level 2 spike in the game. Venge, also really good. Also just a really good hero, because Wave of Terror is not some crazy scaling ability at level 3, right? You don't have to wait till level 3. Your passive does not scale like that. Your stun does not really scale like that, right? It's not like some crazy scaling at level 3. So you have two heroes that are really good at level 2, and you can abuse this. Just shove in the wave, constantly shove in the wave, go for denies. If you hit level 2 first on both of your heroes, all of a sudden, you will get kills. And that's where we're gonna end the video. Nonetheless, I want you guys to tell me in the comments what hero combos you have been using, and just in general, like, how you've been thinking about the meta in 7.30. I've been having a lot of fun with this patch. I'm enjoying it. Personally, I like the heroes that are meta. I like Darkseer, I like Batrider, I like Lycan, you know, for my offlane hero pool. Not a huge fan of how Furion feels right now. My 20% CDR talent makes me pretty depressed. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and peace! And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!